What's up, you guys? It's Kiera, and today I'm sharing 5 mystery, suspense, thriller themed books that I have enjoyed reading. Let's get into it. Kicking it off, we have The Silent Patient by Michaelides. I'm not sure about the author's name, so sorry if I butchered it. This was my first book that I dived into as far as the thriller suspense genre for this year, and it was quite the doozy. The Silent Patient is basically a book that takes you on the journey with a psychologist and a woman who is suspected with killing her husband, and after she killed her husband, she never spoke again. The book takes you through the silent patient and the psychologist, how they interact with one another, and what comes from her working with him. This is one of those books that has you like looking around like, did anybody just hear that? But you're reading or listening to audiobooks so nobody else heard it. But you know, it's a shocker. Book 2, The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. Now, I really love how Lucy Foley does different points of views, and on the audiobook they have different voices for these different points of views. However, it did start so slow that I almost did not read the rest. But when it does go, it goes. So if you want a ride, strap in. The Paris Apartment is just about that. A Paris apartment. A sister is going to visit her brother, and she goes to his apartment, but he does not contact her at all when she arrives. So she's on a hunt to find her brother and find out what's so creepy about this damn Paris apartment. It's definitely a ride, and I won't say the ending was a complete jaw dropper, maybe because I was ready for it to kind of be over because it just seemed like it went on for so long, but the twist was a good twist. It was good. Was it great? It was good. Next up, we have Never Lie. I think this one and The Silent Patient go hand in hand for me. Never Lie tells the story of a newly married couple who is on the hunt for a house. Go to a house that's ready for viewing, quote unquote, and their realtor isn't there, and they are trapped by a blizzard. So they have to stay in this house, and this house is being sold, but before it was on the market, a psychologist lived in it, and it's thought that her boyfriend killed her, never found her body. So while they're in this house during a snowstorm, no service, can't go anywhere. Of course, something is going crazy in there. This one goes, and when this one goes, it goes, and I stayed to the very end. Man, am I so glad I did. It's also one where you see different points of views, and it really ties the story together really well, and it leaves you jaw dropped. All right, now this one, The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I mentioned Lucy Foley earlier as the author of The Paris Apartment, and I read The Guest List after The Paris Apartment. So it didn't have me the way I wanted it to, although I did rate it higher than The Paris Apartment. The Guest List covers a wedding on a remote island, and it's a stormy night, and of course something happens to someone. It has different points of views. It was medium paced. There came a point where I was like, okay, there's enough of this, let's dive into this. I feel like she used too many character point of views for this one. I could have done away with one of the characters' points of view, and I think the book still would have had the same, if not better, effect. And I was not really a fan of the one part of the plot twist. It just seemed kind of like a little too coincidental. Like, okay, this is for sure. We see what you're getting at, but no. The Guest List definitely gives Glass Onion vibes, and it has that trope of, oh, mysterious island vibes. Ooh, spooky. What's gonna happen here? Like I said, The Guest List, it was a good read. I would recommend the book. However, I wouldn't rank it like my top 3 of favorite thrillers that I've read so far. Lucy Foley, keep doing it. Your point of views are awesome, but let's execute a little more at the end. And lastly, saving the best for last, we have And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. Now, there is a bit of controversy behind this book, the title, and the author. I'll let you guys Google. The title of the book is influenced by a poem, I guess, that they used to say when people were kids, like back in the day, like back in the day. And so the book was originally called 10 Little N-Words with the hard ER. But as times have changed, times have adapted. Certain things that were appropriate in the early 1900s are not appropriate in the 2020s. The book has been adapted where the title is changed to And Then There Were None. This book, yet another creepy island with no boat of return. Y'all, if you don't learn anything from this video, do not take any random invitations from some friend you ain't heard from in a long time to come hang out at this remote island and get away. Because bad things happen. If the boat that takes you there does not stay there or make a trip to go back and another boat is there to take you back in case you want to go, do not go, because you will end up dead. Or a part of a murder mystery book. Don't do it. Don't do it. 10 people who go to an island. They've all been solicited there by random things in their life that are like important to them. One goes because she thinks she's starting a job. One goes because he thinks he's like gonna be like security for something. One goes to be a doctor for a sick patient, so on and so forth. But when they get there, there's nobody else there but 2 people, and they're there to be like their servers or whatever. And so from there, people start dropping dead. The people start dropping dead. And so the title, And Then There Were None, is based on the adaptation of the poem 10 Little Soldiers. And so the book's plot is surrounded around that. And it counts down. It's like 9 little monkeys jumping on the bed. It's like that. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. So it's like that, but it's with 10 little soldiers, and there are different things that like count down to none, and then there were none. You get it? Wordplay. So this book I really love because one, I listened to the audiobook. So as the book goes on, I really enjoyed this book because the tension that you felt as you were going through the book, and you're at 10 people, then you're at 9, then you're at 8, then you're at 7, then you're at 6, and you are guessing who's the killer, and the next time you know, you like, ooh, I bet it's them. They drop dead, and you're like, God dang. And the end, y'all, the end, you hold on to the end, and then you make sure you read the epilogues, because the epilogue's got the tea, honey. The epilogue's got the tea, but don't you read it last. Read the book first, epilogue last. And with that, those are 5 books that I have enjoyed reading in the thriller, suspense, mystery genre. I've been on the edge of my seat. Disclaimer, I did listen to I listened to all of these books via audiobook. And I prefer audiobooks a lot more because when it comes to different points of view, different like time frames within the book, it gets easier for me to differentiate characters based on an accent or based on, you know, the voice dialect changing. Whereas I find when reading like hardbacks or softbacks, you know, books you can hold, if it's multiple points of views or something like that, I tend to get a little like, wait, who is that? Let me read, let me turn back, and I get lost. So audiobooks help me just stay focused, stay in the moment, and enjoy the book. So with that, let me know if you guys like this video. I am excited to do a bunch more of these kind of things. And if you're into thrillers and mysteries and suspense books, let me know of some in the comments. Don't give me no trash, y'all. If you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video and do all those fun things that YouTubers tell you to do to, you know, show appreciation for their channel. Until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.